Hi friends! I am stopping in again really quick because I wanted to share a little bit more with you about the Scrap Your Stash. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts here. I was running around getting chores done and stuff like that and just came to my haven and thought that I would just jump on and share with you, elaborate a little bit more on scrapping with your scraps and kind of what that entails, what that could be, like what products and that sort of thing, and then just kind of give you sort of an impromptu like scrap room tour. Sort of, not really. On my blog I am working slowly towards that. On Sundays I share a helpful hints blog post and storage as well, and that basically just deals with how I store my stuff in my craft room. It's all budget because I know that money is tight for a lot of people. It's tight for us right now just because of the economy, the way oil is going. We are an oil-filled family. So things are fairly up and down and precarious and that sort of thing for us as a family right now. We are lucky my husband still has a job, but I don't know how long that will be for. Fingers crossed he doesn't lose his job, but if he does, I think hopefully he has a backup plan. Anyways, that's a bunny trail. So, scrapping with your stash. As a crafter, we end up with a lot of stuff, right? And as you craft, you end up with a lot of extra papers. You have papers from collections that you may not like, or you get lots of it because you love it so much, and then you have it sitting around. There's stickers, there's ephemera, there's journaling cards, there's buttons, there's clothes, like there's all kinds of stuff that we gather in our crafting careers. How do we get that used up? That basically is the gist of the series that I'm going to be starting. And I just kind of wanted to show you some of the stuff that I have that I will be attempting to work through. That is my goal. And get used up so that I can make room for the rest of the stuff that I have that is not as usable, if that makes sense. Like the inks, the reinkers, stuff that's going to take way longer to use up. And then other stuff too, like albums and my markers and stuff. I am going to flip the camera around so I can kind of walk you around my room a little bit and show you, because I have my scraps are kind of all over the place in my room. So I'm just going to walk you around a little bit, show you where they all live and the stuff that I am going to be working through and want to use to get used up as part of this. And I guess basically just show you what I'm working with. So let me see if I can get this turned around. I can't. So I'm going to end the video and start a new one with the other direction on my camera. You won't know it because by the time you see this, it'll be just one fluid video. But that's what I'm going to do. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I am back. I hope I don't make you too dizzy with all the moving around that I'm going to do, but this is my craft room. These boxes right here store all of my cardstock. These ones right here, where I'm pointing, are extras. I had planned on selling them. I tried selling them and they didn't go anywhere, so I have them in bags, but I do plan on eventually using them. That's the same with the cardstock here. These two blue ones I didn't care for at the time. That's kind of changed now. I've used it kind of here and there in my crafting, but that cardstock, well, I mean, all of it is going to get used. I have quite a pile of some of this cardstock that I need to get used up. I have a fruit stand that should be used as a fruit stand, but it is not. Storing my twine, my ribbons, my shimmer trims. Down in the bottom I have embroidery thread, sewing thread, washi tape from the dollar store. Just a random selection of all sorts of things. Some of my close to my heart shimmer trims. A lot of the products that I have in my craft room is close to my heart. I was and still technically am a consultant, but I am not, how do I put this? I'm not in the business of selling close to my heart. I am in the inspiration sharing part of close to my heart. So while I use a lot of their products, and if you want to use their products, that's awesome. And I will help you get them if they are still available. My main goal is just to inspire and share with you and hopefully teach you something new or something that you've forgotten along the way. This little box right here is kind of it's the stuff that I don't know what to do with just yet. A little backstory. A year and a half ago, this room was flooded. There's a pipe in the closet that on the outside wall that froze and unfroze and froze again and unfroze over the years and finally gave out and destroyed this room and the room next to it. So I got a brand new craft room thanks to our insurance because of a burst pipe. So everything you see in my room right now is a work in progress. Things are constantly moving and changing as I go, just to try and make things more like user friendly. So back to this box, it's just a mix of random stuff that I don't quite know what to do yet. Don't quite know what to do with yet. There are embellishments in here too. Whoops, there you go. A good stack here that needs to be used up. I have stuff, this album right here, that could be used maybe one day in the future. I'll do that as well. Yeah, that's the only album there. Back here, I have all kinds of sequins. I think these are leaves. Oh no, that's something I got at Michael's. Here's the leaves. Just random stuff. My journaling cards are here as well. And down in the bottom are the thimble style ink blending tools. I gotta use them or throw them out. I like using these other ones better. Try and pull one up for you. These dudes, much nicer. Sorry, this is gonna be so random and kind of all over the place. In these drawers here, I have all kinds of embellishments. There's wood veneer, acrylic shapes, my sequins, and then pearls and dots and like enamel dots, things of that nature in here. This little tackle box you can see is my embossing tackle box. So all of my embossing stuff is in there. I am never going to use that stuff up. You'd probably agree. I've had it for so long It'll probably last my lifetime, which is fine with me. My inks, my little tool caddy. These trees I need to get used up. I cut a bunch of them for Christmas cards and I never made them. Oops. So I am working on a layout right now, sneak peek, and I'm using some of them here. This paper as well, the pattern paper, I have had in my stash for quite a while, and I'm using that as well. And there isn't going to be a video for this layout just yet because I haven't planned that far yet, but I will get there, I promise. So next, and more importantly, these right here are my most current papers. So while you may see some of them kind of pop up in my crafting, it's not the most important. These two containers right here are very important. These are my scraps. So when I refer to my scrap boxes or pile, this is what I'm referring to. And white and yellow is most used, if you couldn't tell. I arranged them by color. This yellow sheet right here is here because it doesn't fit in my white and yellow box. It's 8.5 by 11, whereas these ones here are 12 by 12. One of these days I'd like to go back and buy the 12 by 12 Sterilite containers to put my papers in, but it's coming. It costs money, so one of these days. So that's why this cardstock is here. My markers are in this little box here. I have zip strips, the little product strips from Close to My Heart in this little box. I do try and use them up when I need borders and such in my crafting. So those live there. My computer, my Cricut, other random, this is a baby wipe that should be thrown. My other little scrap box, bits and bobs I call it on my blog, is this little guy right here, and it's got all kinds of stuff that I have cut with my Cricut or thin cuts that I decided not to use and need to be used up. So these will hopefully end up in my crafting as well. Just recently, because I'm still trying to get this room put together, I found this box. It was in my craft room a long time ago, and I hadn't used my sprays for years. I didn't like them. I decided I wasn't a mixed media scrapbooker, and I was going to leave them for my kids to use. And I was in the other room that got made over last week. Found these again, and it's like I found gold, hit the jackpot. I'm so excited that I found these because I need to get them used up as well. So this is all part of my scraps as well. The acrylic paints, I think most of them are probably dried out. I've had them for years, so they'll probably be tossed if they are dried out or given to my kids. I don't know how often I will use. Oh, there's glitter in here too. I don't know how often I'll use the acrylic paint, but we'll see. You never know, because it could work for splatter. Okay, if you're not dizzy yet, I have my stamp collection in these 3 little containers here. There's one back here as well, all full of stamps. I'm a stamper, so they will often be in my crafting. My cards are in the back here as well. Can you hear Miss Ava? Say hi, Ava. No, she's not interested. My pink banker's box is the most important. Sorry, I'm just sitting down. Because it is full of all of my old retired papers. And some of it, oh, hi Kitty. She's got to check it out too. Some of it is quite old. Some of it I ordered because I thought I would use it and then actually ended up not quite really liking. But anyways, these are all papers. Oh, the other thing too is when I was trying to run my Close to My Heart business, I would buy paper in bulk from Close to My Heart so that I had enough paper. You can't see what I'm showing you. So I'd have enough paper to make like workshops, do workshops with and stuff like that. That never got off the ground either. No, I don't think so. So Eva was trying to climb on the desk. I have all kinds of paper here left over. Oh, and some more cardstock too. And stickers and workshops that I was given and have never used or done. There's all kinds of stuff in here. And then going way back in time, back to the days before I became a Close to My Heart consultant, I would order from scrapbook.com. So I've got my Cartabella, old papers here. I think there's some Echo Park maybe in here too. There's some Stampin' Up! Papers. All of this needs to be used. Pardon the gross basement back there. The rest of my basement flooded this past summer, so we're kind of in limbo. Getting it redone. It's a matter of affording it. So, essentially, in a nutshell, that is a craft room tour. I wanted to turn the camera around so I could see everybody out there. Just kidding. I can't see anybody, but at least you could see me. That's my craft room in a nutshell. And as you can tell, my stuff is like all over the place, which is fine. Right now it works for me. So I am happy with that, but I do have a lot of stuff that I need to work through, get used up, and out of the way so that I can make room for new product. I am happily on the design team at Scrapbook Nerd. So I'll be obviously getting product through them to share for design team projects and that sort of thing, so I can share more inspiration with you. And also recently I've started getting kits from Paper Issues, their monthly kit. And I love their kits because there is no subscription required. You can pick and choose what months you want to order. If you love one month but you don't love the other, you get to pick and choose. There's no, you're not locked into anything. And the price is great too, so why not? Then you get a little bit of everything and you're not locked into one particular company, which I love. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Close to My Heart, but I love a lot of other companies too, and I want to start using their products in my crafting as well. So here we are. This is where I'm at. This is why I want to use up my scraps. I mean, really, why don't you want to use up your scraps? We need to make room, right? We need to get it used up. Stop hoarding, because I know I do it too. Use that pretty paper and make room for all the other pretty paper that is still to come. Thanks for joining me again, you guys. Now that I have gotten this video out of the way, one day very soon in the future, there will be an actual like process video or challenge video coming dealing with this topic. So watch for that. I think that's all. If I think of something else, I'll probably mention it, pop on again sometime in the near future. I do have another just regular process video in the works right now. It will be coming probably in the next day or two before the weekend, because I need to get on DT stuff, so I need to do videos for that as well. So I need to make room on my phone and get it posted, sort of thing. The layout, like the blog post to go with the process video that's coming up, won't be posted till next week. So there's going to be a couple days between my YouTube video and the blog post. So just so you're aware of that, but I'll share the blog, my blog address in the description box below. I'll also share once again all of my social media links to the bottom of this video. So if you want to join me on Instagram, Facebook, or on my blog, you can find me and join me on this journey. I'm so excited that you guys are joining me and are excited about a Scrap Your Stash series on YouTube. I don't quite know really what to call it. I'm calling it Scrap Your Stash, but I'd like something a little catchier. I'll figure it out. Anyways, right now it's Scrap Your Stash. But I'm super excited. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'm excited that you're excited, and I'll be back soon with a Scrap Your Stash YouTube video. See you guys later. Bye.